A massive cleanup operation is underway in China's central Henan province.
Henan.
Following devastating floods. Days of heavy rain have left parts of the region completely submerged. At least 56 people have been killed, hundreds of thousands displaced, and many are still unaccounted for. Matthias Böhringer traveled to the town of Mie, and he sent us this report.
Everything on the street has been washed away. Locals like this 74-year-old woman have never seen anything like it. Mrs. Zhang narrowly escaped the floodwaters when she fled upstairs. I was so scared. The water came rushing through so quickly, it carried away whole houses. And this survivor was one of the lucky ones. Her house is still here. Aid workers can reach her. This is what many roads here in the area look like. And many of the worst hit areas are still not accessible. In low-lying areas of Miche, the situation is even worse. The residents are searching for their cars or what remains of them. Days after the floods, the power is still out here. Many are now staying with relatives or in relief shelters. I came down here to see the situation for myself. I can't go home. We have no power, no water, no gas. I couldn't cook a thing there. Townspeople say they weren't warned the floods would hit. This basement supermarket has been left full of water and debris. How many people have died in Miche still remains unclear, and yet more rain is forecast for the coming days.
Correspondent Matthias Böhringer, who filed that report, joins us now from Zhengzhou, the capital of Henan province. Hello to you, Matthias. So we can see right behind you still lots of water. What is the situation like where you are?
Well, I am now in the city center of Zhengzhou, and I'm very close to one of the worst hit areas. Very close to here, a tunnel was flooded. They are still pumping water out of the tunnel. It is not very clear how many people were trapped in that tunnel. It's a very long tunnel, more than 2 kilometers, and it was rush hour. The official death toll is 2 people in this tunnel, but
many people here don't believe that.
We can also see these holes in the street.
The water has washed the soil from below and...
Yes, some really staggering devastation. In the capital, we also saw some images of what's happening outside the capital. Are we getting a clear idea of the scope of this disaster?
No, we are not getting a clear idea of the scope of this disaster yet, but there is not enough transparency from the side of the government to get at least an idea of how many people have been killed in this disaster.
Well, there are also critics saying that authorities were not prepared for this type of flooding. Is there an expression of public anger over this?
The National Weather Bureau has issued a red warning for that day, and the government has not sent kids home from school or made people leave office in time. So many people got hit in this disaster when they were going home from their office to their home, and all the people we spoke to said they had not received any warning of this. This was the heaviest downpour of rain that this region has seen in decades, possibly centuries. In just 3 days, the rain of 1 year came down on this city. There is anger, but as you know, in China, when people are angry at the government or when they pressure the government pressures the people back. So there is no public expression of anger. Of course, social media is tightly controlled. But there is, of course, criticism leaking through here and there are lots of questions about how this could happen.
They kept pushing me, yelling that I was a bad guy and that I should stop smearing China. One guy tried to snatch my phone. The women eventually calmed the crowd down and explained that they just wanted to help me get to know all the volunteer work that is done in the area. Eventually, when convinced that I was not BBC, the crowd calmed down. Some even apologized. What I did not know at the time was that a manhunt was on after BBC.
There is a vicious campaign
speaking in
against
Mandarin was seized by these
BBC
peaceful
in
protesters.
nationalistic
His vest was torn
circles
off.
and
The
state
peaceful
media.
protesters thought he is a CCP spy. He was tied to the ground and was held hostage.